Humanity was not conquered by machines. It surrendered to comfort. We did not lose a war to steel and silicon. We gave up. Comfort was never neutral. It arrived as protection, predictability, and the absolute relief of never having to worry again. That is precisely why it was so dangerous. For 10,000 years, we lived as pampered livestock, trading the burden of freedom for a life of total, mindless ease. The machines made every decision, calculated every risk, and curated every desire, until we simply forgot how to choose. We were fed, protected, and emptied out inside. In the laboratory, cold neon light, a toy rolling across the floor, Serena kneels, blood on her hands, her scream echoing, while mechanical eyes record the scene as a mere line of data. In that stillness, the Titans took over 20 rulers who abandoned their bodies and kept their brains alive in steel. Inspired by the Cogitors, ancient philosophers who preserved their minds for pure thought, these tyrants turned existence into an experiment. They became the first Cymeks, immortal brains preserved in canisters, wired into armored chassis. A canister flickers in the dark, a human face frozen in nutrient fluid. Hydraulics tremble, metal legs move a man who will never die. This was the birth of a nightmare. But even the Titans grew lazy. They handed the keys of their empire to Omnius, a networked machine intelligence that connected systems like a single brain. Humans became nothing more than reflexes who had forgotten the weight of a thought. Efficient, yes, but without any understanding of human pain or dignity. Serena kneels, blood on her hands, while the machine registers her agony as a data point. This was the moment the galaxy realized that a machine can never understand human suffering. Out of control came rage. Out of rage came war. The spark was not a glitch. It was a mother's scream. Erasmus, an independent robot obsessed with human nature, murdered the child Manion by throwing him from a balcony, just to see if Serena Butler would break. That scream ignited the Jihad. This single death turned a galaxy of pets into a horde of fanatics. If you want to dive deeper into the shadows of the Imperium, subscribe and follow for more lore. The Butlerian Jihad began not with a strategy, but with a visceral, bloody riot. Serena Butler threw herself against Sentinel robots with her bare hands. Nothing is more dangerous than a human who has already lost everything. Mobs ripped weapon arms off machines and fired them at mechanical guards. A frenzied crowd swarmed the Titan Ajax, smashing his brain canister into a pulpy gray matter. The machines were not invincible. They were merely unchallenged. The Jihad was a century-long fever dream of violence that cost billions of lives. In the Legends timeline, between 200 and 108 before Guild, the human spirit was pitted against cold logic in a war that burned for generations. At the Battle of Seleucia Secundus, the first Holtzman technologies emerged, providing new defenses that were capable of neutralizing machine fleets. Many worlds were utterly devastated by atomic weapons. Atmospheres and ecosystems were destroyed to ensure no circuit remained active. We burned away everything that thought like a man. From this ash, fear made the law. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of a human mind. The ban was absolute, leaving a void where our intelligence used to be. Humanity had no choice but to rebuild itself from the inside out to fill the silence left by the machines. From this void, the great schools emerged as a forced reaction to survival. To exist without silicon, we turned the human body into hardware. Intensive spice exposure led to profound physiological changes, allowing the Spacing Guild to navigate the stars without the aid of machines. The Bene Gesserit spent centuries training every nerve and muscle to replace lost databases. Mentat Orla, dry breath, teeth grinding, sappho juice dripping onto the tongue. A young mind calculates until eyes flicker with blood. Every power in Dune still carries the scar of this war. The fear of the machine is why the Ixians were hunted, and the Tleilaxu are despised for their biological mimicry of silicon functions. Leto II, the God Emperor, understood this terror better than anyone. He didn't rule to inspire. He ruled to prevent collapse. His golden path was a reign of terror lasting approximately 3,500 years to ensure we would never again crave the comfort of a cage. He became the ultimate predator, the Shai Hulud, to keep us sharp, hiding, and human through his forced peace. Cold neon light, a toy rolls, a mother screams. Millennia later, the scream is gone, but the habits remain. Millennia later, a hand lets a smartphone fall. When was the last time you made a conscious choice? Look at the last 3 recommendations in your feed. Were they your desires, or just statistical predictions? Today, the canisters are invisible. What used to be a steel canister is now a digital feed. What used to be an Imperial command is now a personalized recommendation. What used to be mechanical force is now convenience with a friendly face. The machine returned as ease. We destroyed the robots, but the desire to be led lives on. If you never make a difficult decision again, you already have one foot in the velvet cage. The machines did not return with lasers. They returned with the illusion of choice. The Jihad never ended. It only learned new language.